is you're just renting. Even if you get married, you're just renting. And the price is incredibly high. If you lose $1 million for a woman you've been banging 20 years, do the math. How many times can you fuck her? Right? But they got you when you first start, man. They got you thinking. That's some valuable pussy. About the third or fourth time, what happens? You're like, yeah, all right, got my nuts off. I'm going to go to sleep now. Right? You're tired of their shit. By the 10th time, you don't even want to fucking call her anymore. What's the point? Well, the point is they're trying to land a husband. If they're not just being a skanky little slut. Right? They love that cock carousel. But they're also looking for that guy. They're looking for him. The question is, are you it? If you think you're going to get married and settle down and have a family, where do you think that fucking woman has been? If she gives you a blowjob right on date number 2, you're like, man, that was a good blowjob. How the fuck do you think she learned how to do that? Right, practicing on some other guy's dick. Like I said, there's a lot of fucking miles. There's a lot of scratches in that paint. And if you're going to drive a used car around, pay for the day. Don't fucking pay for life. Right? That's why I say figure out how to get to fucking hookers. Right? Figure out how to pay for it an honest price. You know, it just slays me. I feel sorry for the men of old, in a way. Right? So many men fell in love with hookers. It's actually rather disgusting when you read about the phenomena. Because they were deprived, right? And they finally found this beautiful chick, and she knows how to fuck, right? She fucks the way a racehorse moves, man. Out of sight, out of mind. Right? And they'd want to marry him, right? They thought the chicks loved him, right? But at least the hookers were honest, right? You didn't buy anything, you just borrowed some time. And once again, let's compare time. Right? If you get paid $30 an hour or $100 an hour, should a woman who's just having sex be worth any more than that? Think about it. By thinking that her time as a prostitute is more valuable than yours, someone who's applied himself, busted his ass, what makes women think that their pussy's that much more? Hookers, an hour with a hooker shouldn't be worth more than $50. $50. And that's more than most men make. Except for upper management, executive management, right? The boss, the owner. Yeah, he makes more than that. I guess you could say the woman owns the pussy, so she should make $50 an hour too. But you go out on a date, 4 hours of a date for $400 of your dollars that you had to earn the hard way? Is that treasure chest full of gems? Or have you been fucking duped? Once again, I know women hate this Mgtow thing. It's not because we put them down. It's not because we make fun of them. It's not because of anything like that. Because we're just men. We have faults in our bodies. Right? We're not perfect. But we're not selling a fucking lie either. They're selling a fucking lie. That they're worth more than you. There's no shortage of breasts, guys. There's no shortage of vaginas. But women want you to believe there is so that you buy their shit. And if you marry them, if you go that far, and you don't have one of these magical women that actually wants to stay with you and take care of you, and not fuck every other man that sneaks in the back door when you go out the front to work, right? That might be a good woman. That might be someone worth sharing your life with. But giving them half of your shit, right? Man, stop looking at my chest. I want to know what's in that fucking chest. I want to know if it's worth it. But they're not going to tell you up front. They never tell you up front. I'd love to see women walk around naked. Crack me the fuck up. I'm going to tell you a joke, because I know the women that watch this probably just said, yeah, well, guys need to walk around with their pants off so we can see how big their penises are. Yeah, and then we'll laugh at them and point. Here's the fucking joke on this. Ready? Guy goes to the fucking hooker. He says, how much? She says, $50. He says, all right. And he pulls his pants down. She starts laughing at his dick. And she goes, who are you going to please with that? And he says, me. That's right. It's your money, guys. It's your fucking dick. It's your life. Please yourself. So this other guy, he goes to a hooker and he says, how much? And she says, $500. And he goes, no fucking way. He goes, I only make $100 an hour. I'm a wealthy guy, but I only make 100, and you want 5? She goes, that's right. And they go back and forth. They haggle back and forth, and he finally gets her down to $200 for an hour. And he's still not happy. He goes, no, $100. And she's like, 200. He goes, fine, $200. And he pulls his pants down. He's hung like a fucking mule, right? He's got 10 inches of cock, and it's about 3 inches across. And she's like, oh my God, right? She knows she's going to get boned really well and paid really well. And he goes, hey, hold on a second there. And he starts sliding some fucking discs around his dick so only 4 inches of it's sticking out. And she goes, wait a minute. He goes, no, you wait a minute. For $200, you think I'm going to give you all of this dick? I only need to please me. Right? They're not worth it, in other words. You're buying a lie. You're buying a sham. You're buying a scam. And these women out here, whether they're gold-digging whores on their face and you know it, or whether they're long-term, I'm going to screw you over bitches. Right? Either way, right? They don't like Mgtow because we're on to them. And I'm teaching as many people as I can, and other men, other Mgtow are teaching as many as they can. The gig is up. Women are losing their advantage. We're exposing them and their secrets and their lies and their little shitty deeds. We're showing them for what they are. Charlatans. They're magicians, promising you something in one hand while they're using their other hand to pick your fucking pocket. Mgtow is freedom, guys. Freedom! You don't gotta play their game. If you want to be Mgtow, there is no financial penalty. You want to play the social game and get a woman, you're gonna fucking pay. That's the penalty. That treasure chest isn't full of gems. Right, Mgtow is freedom. Free your mind. Remember, the battle is to win you. You're the prize. And you get to the beach to count it and she gives you a little booty. That ain't nothing. It ain't worth your life. You are the prize, gentlemen. You're the man. You have the penis. Women, nah. They're a liability. Harken back to your business. They're a depreciating asset. And if you've ever heard of the term hostile takeover, that's exactly what happens when you accept one as a business partner. Right? There's a hostile takeover, and they will take half your shit. How do you guarantee a partner in business isn't going to fuck you over? Rules, laws against fraud and deceit. In marriage, there are no rules against fraud and deceit, and they'll use the court to steal your shit. The gig is up, women. The fucking light of truth is on you, bitches. Mgtow is freedom. Semper Fi.